Okay, first and foremost, if you've made it this far into this project, I want to say thank you. And I want to reassure you that everything I'm about to show you is simple, easy, and doable. And these projects, I promise you, you can do these things and it'll be the coolest thing you'll ever make, and you'll impress all your friends and family and you'll look like a rock star. Okay, so let's talk. So the first thing we're going to talk about is sizing and scaling. So let's use the helmet as the example. So if you go to these files, they're all at 20%. They are specifically designed on a guy that's 5'10". Okay, so if you want to take a shot at it and just print it at 100% and see if it fits, more power to you. But that's not really how this is supposed to work. You should really scale these things to your body so they fit perfectly. And it's very simple. It's what I'm about to teach you. Okay, so now the helmet's at 60%, definitely too small, but we need to know these distances. So the first thing we need to do is print Cosplay calipers. Here's a pair that I designed. There's me. And you can print these out to measure the distances. Okay, so let's say we're talking about that distance right there. So we go to our helmet and we go to measure and we go edge to edge. 1, 2, and it's 121 millimeters. Okay, but let's say your head is 150. I don't know. So what I do is I just go to my iPhone and I go, what percentage of 121 is 150? It's 124%. Okay, so this needs to be increased by 124%, but it's at 60% right now. So if we do, what is 124% of 60? 74.4. Okay, so 74.4, we're on uniform scaling. So now if we measure this distance, it's not going to be exact, obviously, because I didn't pick the same spots, but it's about 150. Okay, so now we have that dimension. That's good. But this dimension from front to back may still be wrong. So again, same process. We return, we measure the distance, we go here to here, yada yada, measure this distance. And then in this case, what you have to do is go to scale and turn off uniform scaling. Okay, very critical. So I'll just guess. So let's say, for instance, okay, now uniform scaling is off. So now you can see it'll change in only one dimension, which is what you want. So we set this dimension. So now we're setting this dimension. Okay, so we know that. And then we measure the height, right? And we do the same thing. Non-uniform scaling, know the height. Okay, makes sense? So now let's say that's definitely not right. But let's say, for instance, that is, well, let's scale it up a little bit. So now I'm going to turn back to uniform scaling. Let's get it to 80% and watch what happens. Okay, so now you'll notice, let's go a little bigger. You'll notice the edges have fallen off, okay, here and here. So the next thing we have to do is slice this up so it can be printed on your specific print bed. So what we do is we go to cut, very simple. All this stuff is really automated. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn it, and now I've got, is that halfway? Nope. Oh, the helmet's at a bit of an angle. Okay, not the end of the world. I'm just trying to do this quickly. So let's say, for instance, that was cut exactly in half. We're going to keep it oriented. You can add connectors if you want, but these walls are so thin, connectors won't work. So we're going to cancel connectors, and we're just going to leave that the way it is, and we're going to perform cut. We're not, I would always say yes here, but for the sake of time, I'm going to say no. Okay, so now we've got half and half. So then we go pick another one, and we'll say slice. That looks fine. Let's just say, for the sake of the argument, we'll do that. We'll say no here, even though you should say yes. And then here, we'll take this piece and slice it again. We'll orient it vertically and then turn it. Oops. Turn it like this. Okay, now we got that. And then I'll say place on cut, just to show you the difference. Perform cut. Always say yes there. Okay, so now we've got our pieces. We know that piece fits, right? We know this piece fits. And we know this piece, and again, you can turn this horizontally, or excuse me, on the bed to make it fit. But again, it's all just play around with the files, cutting, slicing, trying to make them work. And again, now we can see it fits. Okay, so now we've got all the different parts. How do we connect them? you need to use a plastic welder. There's a link in the listing for one of those that you can buy on Amazon. And again, so all you have to do is scale all these up and print them and connect them. For the ones that, like for instance, this shin guard, I only list one side of it, obviously. So to fix that, to get another piece, all we do. So now you can see these are identical, but all you do is right click, mirror across the x-axis, and now you've got a mirror image that you can use for the other leg. Okay, so you've got all the parts, you've got sizing, scaling, printing, you've got everything you need. You assemble it with a plastic welder, and then again, I like to just buy a body suit with Velcro. I mean, the helmet, throw some pads in there, but if you've got Velcro with these parts, they're pretty light, so you should be fine, and you should be good to go. So good luck, and message me if you have any questions. Thanks again.